Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I have the best video information ever today. Downloaded the shit out of it last night. Okay. Yo, what is poppin' YouTube? I was just playing around. I just want to see what it looks like when I'm filming myself. I've never actually filming myself before. So, do me a favor and so Mason has an intro. I'm making an intro starting now. My last name is pronounced Shampoo. So, I'm Shampoo. You guys are the shampooers. And this is the resistance. Put your spirit tech belts on and get ready for the download. So, today's message has a lot of numbers and geometry and adding, subtracting, dividing. Get a piece of paper or a pencil or a pen and maybe like a calculator or something. You don't want to miss this. Okay? I'm gonna give you guys a minute to go do that and then we'll be back. Go for it. Oh, I'm gonna play this funny video right now. I'll be right back for the message. Hey, punk. That beanie looks awful familiar. And so do those glasses, you son of a bitch. Now this is happening. Hand them over. Yo, don't move. Get the f out the way. What is poppin', YouTube fam? Yo, hopefully that was enough time. All right, here we go. All right. So 432 frequency. Get familiar with it, yo. Get familiar with it. I don't need this. Okay. I wrote all this stuff down. Look at the notes I took, guys. Look at the notes, man. When I was doing that Tesla stuff the other night, I got some ideas and they just started flowing and I just started writing. And I bring to you today the geometry, the math, the frequencies, all this stuff that's going on around us, right? That we... Yo, look at this mess, yo. Look at my notes. They should be in front of me. We are holding light, guys. Remember that. So, yo, check this out, yo. Flippin' crossbow, dog. Sup, cuh? Sup? Bah! Alright. So, back to it. So, if you look in the celestial bodies, they all rotate, right? And they all have their orbit and they're not crashing into each other. This is because gravity and invisible energies are at work making that whole dance happen, right? Well, that's what's going on here. This field, this quantum field where everything exists in, the flowers that are growing, they're kind of steered from this. They kind of take their shape from this. The trees, the pine cones. There's this invisible intelligent field that is connected to everything. And that would be your twin flame. That would be the rest of you. Right? So, I think it's important that we understand this and we look into it because it has a lot, it has everything to do with math and geometry, and frequencies, and a very popular guy named Pythagoras? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyway, Mesopotamia, 5,000 years ago, Samaria, right? These are my trusty notes, right? 5,000 years ago, we were given a system of time that was so amazing, we still use it today, right? Clock, 12 numbers, and 60 minutes. They came up with that just like this, right? They said, take your 9 fingers, right? Count the knuckles on the 4, 3 on each, 12. Multiply that 12 by the 5 digits on the other hand. 5 times 12 is 60. So 12 times 5, 12, 60. So that's what they came up with. I'm not gonna argue with him, yo. Not gonna argue with him. So 12, man, there's so many 12s. 12, a dozen eggs, 12 zodiac signs, 12 disciples, 12 tribes of Judah, 12 inches in a foot. I mean, there's a list that just goes on forever, right? And the important part about this 1260 is it adds up to 9. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 6, 9. 369, very interesting numbers, guys. I got some dry mouth going on here. Alright. So, Sumeria, 5,000 years ago, got the 1260 counting system. Now we're going to get kind of into the musical notes. Now this Pythagoras, someone's got to correct me on that. Mr. P is playing around with a string, blah, 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 right? And he's plucking away at it, and he realizes, hey man, if I cut this in half and I pluck it, it makes the same note, but twice the pitch. Higher, right? So he took note 1 in 5th. Well, it looks like it was in 5th harmony. Yeah, it was in 5th harmony from 1 all the way, it got to 27, right? And from 27, he started doubling it. 27, 54, 180, 26, 432. And that was all, those are all frequencies, like cycles per second, right? And this 432 frequency just happens to be very organic to nature. Very organic to us when we hear it. It's just something about it is just very soothing. And it's actually found in all the octaves, all 12 octaves of the music notes. You can find 432, the frequency in. And it gets better than that, guys. It gets a lot better, right? So, 432 is gonna be your musical note A. Why is that important? Because if you know anything about tuning, you have to have a start set point, right? And that point which you start at is going to be responsible for where you end, right? Because if you've ever tuned a guitar, you go down in frets as you, like the first one you just hit by itself, the next one you, I mean, there's a way to tune it. I think it's, you go down like a certain amount of frets, and each string should sound like the one behind it. If you're holding the one that's supposed to be lower and you hit the one that's higher right next to it, they should make the same sound, something like that. All I know is that if you mess up the first one, or you don't have the first one in tune, then the rest of them are going to be out of tune too. I just know that, all right? So 432 is a frequency that was found like in these Tibetan bowls and like Native American flutes. Like this Mr. P guy, he didn't even have a way to measure these frequencies. They just ended up all being in that key. They all ended up being 432. And then you obviously that's significant because if the first one is 432, the rest of them reflect that, right? So they obviously had something going on there with that frequency, huh guys? So let's get into geometry real quick. I know this is kind of seeming redundant and stupid, but okay, we'll take the triangle, right? The frequency that makes up this triangle. If you take the sum of all the angles, so there's 3 angles at 60 degrees, 3 times 60, 180, okay? Then we have what's called squaring the circle, and that is because the square is 4 sides, 4 angles, 90 degrees, 4 times 90 is 360. So that's your circle also. Very important shape in geometry because, well, everything's about circles, yo. Everything. But literally the square and the circle, you can see that guy, he's standing, he has his arms like this, that's the circular, and his legs out like the pentagram. And then he also goes like this, so you can actually see the square and the circle with him too. And that's interesting because the pentagram is kind of squared off. You can make it with the right angle because it's a star, but it also is 72 degrees. Each 1 times 5 is a perfect circle, 360. So the square actually can be circled. Very interesting. Then we have 540. Which is 5 angles, and that's going to be, I believe 108 times 5, yeah? And then you have 720 hexagon. Oh, by the way, the other one was a pentagon, right? And then you have a hexagon, which is 720. Now it's interesting, guys, because all these numbers, including 432, which isn't in this list of that's just the 4 basic like shapes: circle, square, triangle, pentagon, right? And hexagon. So then you have 432. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9. Then you have, I'm gonna go to 180 with the triangle is 180, right? 1 plus 8 is 9. You don't count the 0, guys. Masons do not count the 0. If you see 303, it's just 33. The 0 is not counted. So then you have 360, 3 plus 6, 9. 540, 5 plus 4, 9. And what would be next after that? 900, just 9. Then 1080, 1080, 1 plus 8. We already went over that. 9. Okay, moving on. So those are all frequencies that make up a geometrical figure, yo. So that's pretty cool. That's interesting. If you guys ever heard of cymatics, I'll put a little video in real quick on this. And I'll actually do the 432 hertz, where they put like sand in a plate and they put it over like some sort of subwoofer or something, and they run frequency through it. And the sand actually spreads out and makes patterns. You can look at the whole freaking reality like that. It's all being bombarded with this intelligent energy that's constantly feeding us thoughts and feeding us signals and feeding us vibrations. That's what intuition is, guys. That's how you know when not to go there and go there, because that feeling, that essence, it's vibration. It's speaking vibration to you. It's like, and then you don't know how to hear it because you're always listening up here with your physical brain and your human eyes and your human ears. And then when something tries to come through here, you're just like, oh, that's just my conscience telling me not to do something. No, it ain't. It's the rest of you looking out for you. So, let's go to the flower of life, yo. Flower of life. Come with me real quick. The flower of life is very significant because it's like sacred geometry, yo. You know about sacred geometry? I'm about to learn you. I'm actually going to have a display of this. I'm going to have a display of a lot of this stuff to put up while this is playing. So I'm going to hold this up. It's probably going to be backwards as fuck. Yup. Anyway, if you could actually see it straight, it would be the 6 circles in here, each one representing a 360, right? So you got 360, 720, 1080, 1440, 1800, and 2160. Very interesting number, guys. 2160. 2160 is actually the 3-dimensional frequency of a cube, right? And 2160 has a lot more going on than just that. But anyway, this isn't a good flower of life. This is just my sketch real quick to keep myself on track, kind of, right? And yo, I believe those are all F and C notes, which is interesting because, yeah, so the 360 is an F sharp, 720 is an F sharp, 1080 is actually, that's actually a C sharp harmonic 5th to get over to 1440 F sharp, and then 1800 is harmonic 3rd, and 2160 is C sharp. I don't know what any of that means, guys, because I'm not into music, but it's just interesting to me that the F and the C notes, right? Because the C is the 3rd letter in the alphabet and the F is the 6th, right? And 36 is an interesting, 3 plus 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, that's what we're all doing here, right? So it's just kind of interesting that all these add up to 9 so far, right? Let's see. 1440, yep, 9. 1 plus 4 plus 4. We don't count the 0, remember. 1800, 1 plus 8. 2160, 2 plus 1 plus 6. 360, obviously. 720, obviously. 1080, we already went over that. So these all add up to 9, man. We're seeing this 9 every single place, yo. So 2160 was the last one of those. So 360 times 6, 2160. Okay, what else is 2160? We have the great year. The precession of the equinox, guys. This is when we switch ages. Like in the Bible when it says, when you enter the house, you will see the man, the water bearer, whatever, that's Aquarius. That's Jesus saying we're coming out of Pisces going into Aquarius, and that's every 25,920 years. That's the great year. And the great month is exactly 2,160, 2160. That's how many years is in a great month of the 12 that go into the great year, right? So 2160. And then we have the moon. The diameter of the moon is 2160 miles, right? That's interesting, right? And if we take 2160, right? What is that exactly half of? Our key number, 432. What? Yo, what? What about the sun, yo? 864,000 miles diameter. If we take the zeros off, we just have 864, right? Well, 864 is exactly double 432. We're picking up some speed here, yo. And then we have 360 planet, 360 moon, 360 sun, 12 hours in the day. 12 times 360 is 432. Zero, but we're not counting the zeros. I'm not gonna let this out. You're probably gonna get this right in the middle somewhere, wherever I find a good place to put it. And it's gonna be me talking in a van randomly, kind of weird. So that one of the numbers, 2160, right, which is like 1260, but like I said, in the occult and masonry, you can switch these numbers around. And 2160 divided by 2, right? 1080. I believe that's the octagon. Divided by 3. 720, which is the hexagon. Divided by 4 is 540, which is the pentagon. Divided by 5 is our key number, 432. And divided by 6 is 360, which is the square and the circle. So, just wanted to fill you guys in on that. I don't want to leave it out. It's kind of important. It's more geometry, yo. And then we have 360 planet, 360 moon, 360 sun, 12 hours in the day. 12 times 360 is 432, but we're not counting the zeros. I'm not going to say that anymore. 4,320 or 432, right? And then we have a day. How many seconds in a day, guys? 864,000, right? And if you split that into 12, 12 hours in the day, 12 hours in the night, you have 43,200 or 432 for both, right? Interesting how these all just kind of go together like that. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tesla's ideas of taking frequencies to manipulate cells, the shape of cells, the way cells heal themselves, right? He was literally finding ways. This is why he was shut down, because he was finding ways to heal like cancer and things like that, just using frequency and pitch alone, right? Now the formula for this was frequency equals 1 great something divided by whatever. It says divided by time, so I'd assume the archetype for time would be 60. Since there's 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour, right? And then we have the great year, which is what I'm going to use for the 1 great something, 25,920. So 25,920 divided by 60 is 432. Bingo! What's poppin', yo? Okay, and also 432 squared, speed of light. Interesting fact there too. And then if we take 12 and we square it, we get 144, right? If we add 3 zeros to the back and we divide, or we multiply it by 432, we get 333.33333. What is Gucci, yo? So, I just want this, I mean, you guys should take these numbers and play around with them. You should find some YouTube videos about cymatics, about frequency, about how all these music notes playing with the math, that playing with the geometry, and understand that this language is being broadcast all the time. And it's just, you have to learn how to read it, you have to learn how to feel it, right? It's not like hearing a word, it's like feeling a word, yo. So I hope you guys got something out of that. I thought that was really interesting. I will link a video that has all this information if you want to hear it better than I explained it in the description, and I will also be putting pictures up for this. And I also have a part 2, which I'm gonna do more with like the pentagram and like the 1, 2, and just all these numbers and how we see these symbols in society today. We don't really know about them, right? So anyway, that's gonna be part 2. This will be part 1. And thank you guys for watching. I'm out.